Hello, and welcome to this tutorial about OET 2.0 reading. I'm Dr. Ken, and I'm a medical doctor who passed his own OET tests, and I'm now helping other medical students, medical doctors, and healthcare professionals who wants to pass this test. So today I'll be talking about reading tests and some tips and some strategies to be successful in this part. So OET 2.0 refers to the OET test and the changes that were made to the test from September 2018 onwards. So before this, there was only two parts, Part A and Part B in the reading test. But now there are three parts, Part A, Part B, and Part C. So OET 2.0, three parts in reading. So Part A and Part B and C. Okay, for Part A, you have 15 minutes. And for Part B and C, you have 45 minutes of time. In Part A, the most important skill to be successful is skimming and scanning. What this means is skim reading is reading with skipping some parts until coming to the relevant part to the question. And scanning means scanning the text with eyes until finding some keywords about the question. So for the Part A, many students approach to this part by getting their text booklets and starting reading the text from beginning to an end and come back to the questions and read the questions and refer back to the paragraphs and try to find the information this way. This is very ineffective and a very inefficient way to do this test. You cannot finish the test in 15 minutes if you approach the question like this. You need to first have a look at these questions. You need to read these questions. And without even reading these from beginning to an end, you try to find these specific informations in these paragraphs. So my main advice is do not read from the beginning to the end. Read questions first, skim and scan the text until you find the answer. Okay, so you will be given a question paper which features these questions, and you will be given a text booklet which features these paragraphs. And you need to have both of these papers in hand, and you might want to have this in front of you and have this text on your side and quickly read the questions and refer to the text until you find the information. Okay, this would be my main advice to the Part A, because many people suffer from the time in this task because there's only 15 minutes and there are 20 questions and 4 paragraphs to read, for reading texts to read. So the main problem in part A is time. Okay, for part B and C together, you have 45 minutes of time. In here, you need to have skills to find detailed information, inferred meaning, or in-depth understanding while reading. So you definitely need to read the paragraphs and the text from beginning to an end, but read the questions first so you know what to pay attention to while reading. My main advice for part B and C is read the question first, then read the, sorry about this, then read the paragraphs in detail, paying attention to finding the parts in which mentioned in the questions. What I would do is like reading the questions and then going back to the paragraphs and underline the parts that are relevant. Underline the parts that are relevant while reading. Before this edition of part B, there was only part A and part B. And with part B, you also had 45 minutes and there was like 2 big reading tasks, like 2 big essays that you need to read and answer the questions that are about these texts. But now there's addition of this middle part, part B, and this is something new. And you just need to, you know, like there's just understanding. They're mainly about understanding the gist of this little parts of this little reading tasks. Like there is, for example, the question is the manual informs us that the blood pressure monitor, and there are 3 options, and you have this little reading task. It's mainly about new part B is mainly about understanding the gist, the general meaning of the text. So what I would do about this is reading this question and reading this and choosing the most relevant answer. As you can see, like they're like generally not very detailed, but like the purpose of this email, for example, the purpose of writing, something more general, something more like the main idea or main topic of writing. I think many people got scared from OET reading, but I think it's not that hard. And when you read this little parts of text, you definitely need to understand their general meanings. And in the part C, which was a correspondence of previously, the part that we previously referred to as part B, we have these questions about this longer text. Like these are like professional healthcare related topics, articles, or some research that is related to healthcare related topics. And you know, like there are like these questions, and in the questions it says to you in the first paragraph, in the second paragraph. So what I would do is read this question about the first paragraph and go back to the first paragraph and read this part and go back to the question and answer it, because this question is about the first paragraph. I don't need to read the whole text. I can only read the first paragraph and answer this question if I have read the first paragraph carefully. So this will save you lots of time. When you come to an end, you will find that final question is about the final paragraph. So the questions also correspondent, like go in row, that corresponds to the alignment of these paragraphs. So I think it's very easy. I mean, just read the first question and go to the first paragraph and try to understand this paragraph in relevance to this question. And there are two texts. This is another text, and it's basically the same. There are 22 questions total in this part. So there are 6 questions for part B, and there are 15 questions to the part C. Okay. You will be given another answer sheet that you need to transfer your answers. For example, when you pick B for this, when you pick, for example, C for this, you need to fill the box in your answer sheet for this question. So what they require for you is no transfer time. You need to transfer your answers to the answer sheet during this time. And also you need 2B pen. This pen is bold, and because optical reader suitable for this pen is suitable for optical reader that will scan the answer sheet. You need to buy 2B pen before going to the exam, and you need to use 2B pen for part B and C. Okay, so yeah, this is, I think I gave all the information that is relevant to the reading tasks, and I hope this video was helpful for you. And as I said, I give some lessons and some speaking practice, some writing corrections for people who are preparing for this test. And if you need help, you can send me an email from this email address, oettutordoctor@gmail.com. And if you have any questions, you can comment below or send an email. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video, because I will be posting new videos each day, and you don't want to miss these valuable tips, valuable insider's tips that will allow you to be successful in your tests. Have a great day, and see you in the next video.